Well, as the U.S. military winds down its operations in Afghanistan, an emboldened Taliban is seizing more territory across the country. The militant insurgent group recently overran most districts in the country's northernmost province, causing more than 1,000 Afghan government soldiers to flee the border into a neighboring country. And Charlie D'Agata is joining me now from the Afghan capital of Kabul to talk more about this. So, listen, we are on a timeline. It is September 11th that the Biden administration wants all U.S. military to be out of this country. Is the Afghan military in any shape to hold back the Taliban? I just recently read a report suggesting that at least within intelligence communities, there's a real concern that the Afghan government will not be able to maintain power, I mean, even for a year after U.S. troops leave.
Well, you know, Anne-Marie, the tragedy is that it's sort of self-apparent. The Afghan military, Afghan government forces have been folding in areas where traditionally they've been relatively strong. The Taliban has had freedom of movement, is a better way to say, than control of areas in the south and to the east. Traditionally, that is where they had popular support and where they had military support. But where you've got the Afghan government forces retreating, I use that word lightly, I got to be careful about that, but repositioning to northern areas. These are areas that don't have, the Taliban doesn't have support. So that's where we're seeing local popular militias, uprisings, as they call them, fighting alongside the Afghan military. Are they capable? Look, they've got the numbers, they've got the equipment, they've got the firepower, they've got 20 years of training, they've got billions of dollars of U.S. support. They are fully capable of taking on the Taliban. The problem is, and I spoke to General Scott Miller about this, it's all about morale and confidence. His biggest concern is looking at districts falling over, as he called it, like a domino effect. If the Afghan military believe in themselves and they've got the firepower to do it, they will fight back, and they're capable of doing that. But we have to paint the picture. A lot of these Afghan soldiers are fighting out of their neighborhoods. You know, they're fighting, they come from the south, and they're defending an area that isn't their area at all. And the Taliban are going great guns right now. I mean, they're on a full court press. And I have to say, although Americans are here in small numbers and there have been supportive airstrikes in support of the Afghan government and Afghan government forces, they've really disengaged. So military analysts will tell you that the Afghans have been dependent on U.S. airstrikes and surveillance and intelligence, basically to see the Taliban coming before they're able to launch these full-scale offensives and stopping them before they got that. That's all gone. That's been taken off the battlefield. And again, as General Miller said, I asked the question myself, are they ready for it? He said they have to be. At this point, it doesn't look great.
So you mentioned the northern provinces. What's happening there?
Yeah, that is where it's key, and that is where it's difficult. You know, geographically, we have to remember we're kind of in the northeast. That's where Kabul sits, and everybody's been concerned. A lot of people are telling me, well, is it going to be the fall of Kabul? You know, that is clearly a concern. Intelligence reports suggest that once Americans fully leave, they haven't disengaged entirely. They still have a presence here, which means there is air support here. That Kabul itself could fall within 6 months. I'm not entirely convinced that that's the truth, because Afghan forces are pulling back and reinforcing these areas. The Taliban have said, for what it's worth, they have no intention of taking the capital by force. But these areas in the north where you get the Taliban who are chalking up these victories and taking over territory, which we've seen for ourselves just over an hour drive outside the capital. For me, I've been covering this war for 15, 16 years. I've never just driven to the front line. Usually I take a helicopter to get to the front line. That's how close they are. So they're breathing down the necks of the Afghan military, and they're encircling these city centers, but they're holding fire. They don't want to go into these provincial capitals until until American forces have left, in order to not provoke a response. And by response, we all know what they're talking about: an air cover and airstrikes, which would stop those Taliban forces from moving forward.
It's all very concerning, Charlie. Thank you very much.